Have you seen Signs 2002? This movie is very much so underappreciated, and it probably went under your radar, and that is not your fault, of course. It's just not many people are talking about this film. If you're familiar with M.Night Shyamalan's films such as Split, Unbreakable, Glass, The Village, then you'd probably be into this, but this movie is definitely a standout compared to all the other films he's made. This movie aired back in 2002. It got a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, which doesn't really make much sense to me. Completely against Rotten Tomatoes on this one. And it stars Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, and they deliver some absolutely incredible performances in this. And to me, those are my favorite performances by both actors. And I love both actors, of course. I think they do some just great work. Before I get into talking about the film, though, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss the next episode. This movie, it's a pretty simple story. It's a pretty simple story that is easy to follow, but requires some intellect. It requires some deep dive to understand the characters and to understand their background and to understand how they view life today. And you very much so get lost in this film. It's like reading a novel. This movie is. It's just completely captivating and engrossing. You find yourself right in that setting with the family on the farm. Mel Gibson, he plays a former reverend named Graham, and he lives with his family on this farm. It's a corn farm out in the middle of nowhere. They definitely are living a more simple life after he has turned away from the faith after his loss of his wife, a tragic loss that he and his family are both kind of coping with in this film. And another guardian that's been helping him out since his wife died is his brother Merrill, and that's Joaquin Phoenix's character. He's an ex-pro baseball player, and as they're watching the house, watching the family, everything's going pretty well. They're all still devastated by the loss of his wife and their mother, but everything's going pretty well until some strange things start to happen on the farm. And when I tell you this, it might sound cliche and it might sound like alien movies we've seen a million times over, but the delivery and the incredible performances and writing of this film make it a standout amongst the rest of alien horror movies. But what happens is Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, they don't believe in any of this alien stuff, of course. And there's all these really weird, abnormal sightings and occurrences and abnormalities that haunt the family on this farm. And there's like the crop circles start to appear. There's been like sightings of like a strange character within the fields and like within the house. And nobody really believes it except the kids. And they start to do more deep diving into it. But what really makes this movie stand out is the shock and awe that the characters deliver. I think M. Night, he likes to pose these really captivating horrors, like little horrific incidences and events that happen in his films. He doesn't really show you, but he gives you the perspective of the people that are witnessing it and that are feeling the shock and awe of the situation. And wow, this family just does such a great job showing that those personalities, and they each have their own interpretation of the occurrences that are happening, and that's what makes this movie so captivating. And M. Night is not afraid to give these actors the platform to act, the platform to deliver strong, powerful sequences, where we just see rich, authentic representation of their thought process and of their feelings towards these situations, and it's really, really incredible to watch. But the whole story just features a lot of this mystery unraveling, what's going on, how is it affecting other people as well, but it centers on this small family. And you grow very attached to all the characters, and I believe all the characters have very relatable traits, values, and background that we all can understand and relate to, which makes it easy for us to fall for the heroes and cheer for them along this path, this horrific path. But when it comes to my favorite, I guess, my favorite parts of this film is just the cinematography is absolutely incredible. When we get a lot of like deep reflections and conversations with these characters, we just get some gorgeous cinematography of the atmosphere and of course of just the scenes where these characters were reflecting and just thinking. And Mel Gibson especially stands out with his performance of this film through these reflections. And a lot of these characters are just, like I said, very relatable, and the writing is incredible. We get so many powerful scenes of dialogue between each of the characters, and especially between Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix in this. Wow, just a beautiful relationship between those two of brotherhood and trust. And they definitely have a lot of instances where they need to trust each other immensely in this film to deal with this situation. And as for that, that's pretty much all I have to say about this film. I don't want to give anything away, but I highly recommend you check this out. It's a number one favorite movie of all time for me, and I've given it a lot of thought, and I think you'd love it too. So if you liked the video, if you liked what I said, if you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, I don't think many people have seen this movie, and I think you guys are missing out if you don't check it out. So make sure to watch Signs 2002 by M. Night Shyamalan. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.